I went to go see the Jurassic World Dominion special extended IMAX preview, and it was actually pretty sweet, but just as I was getting up to leave, this Fast and Furious movie started playing, so I stuck around and I watched it. So now let's talk about it. F9. Or F9 the Fast Saga, whatever you want to call it. So F9 is Fast and Furious 9. And that's pretty much all I need to say, right? Because just from saying that, you know what the movie is. This could be like the shortest review I've ever done. All I need to say is this is Fast and Furious 9. Alright, done. But no, we're gonna talk about it because Universal's been marketing the hell out of this movie. So in F9, Dom Toretto and Letty, they have a kid, Brian. They're living their family life, and then they're roped back into the spy game when Dom's long-lost brother, Jacob, played by John Cena, comes into play. And he's like, I spent my whole life living in your shadow, big brother. So now you're gonna spend the rest of your life living in mine. And so the crew gets back together and we have to stop John Cena. And so there's your plot. And from there, the movie is, like I said, exactly what you think it's gonna be. Only a little more boring. Now, just so you know, the only Fast and Furious movies I've seen are the ones I've reviewed, which are Furious 7 and The Fate of the Furious. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. I never really latched onto it. I never saw Hobbs and Shaw. So just so you know, this review is coming from someone who has not seen most of the Fast and Furious movies. But really, I don't think it matters since I did enjoy Fate of the Furious, from what I remember. I've only seen those movies once. But you know, I'm not super attached to the characters, and you would think this movie would give newcomers a reason to care about them, but it doesn't really. I mean, Vin Diesel, like we all know, he's not the best actor. Unless he's voice acting, in which case he's fantastic. But when it comes to his live action acting, he only has one emotion, and it's, you don't turn your back on family. Although, I don't think Vin Diesel said the word family once in this movie. That was disappointing. Michelle Rodriguez plays his wife. She's been in these movies since day one, and she's a big part in this one. I didn't think she was too bad. She's gotten more attractive in my eyes. I'll say that. Then you have Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris. They're the comic relief in this movie. I thought it was just Tyrese, but now Ludacris is joined in on the comic relief. And they were pretty funny. They tell some like meta jokes about how far they've come, how they've survived like so many wild ludicrous things, for lack of a better word. So yeah, at least this franchise is self-aware. They know that they're just absurd, and they let us know they're self-aware by having their characters say it. So that's something. That was actually pretty funny. Alright, John Cena as the villain is John Cena as the villain. That's all I need to say. It's like this franchise was like, alright, now that we don't have Dwayne Johnson in this movie, what other WWE wrestler turned actor can we bring into this franchise? Oh, I know, let's get John Cena! Da 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 da! And in this movie, he's pretty much Vin Diesel 2.0. He's just as stoic and emotionless. His lines are just as hammy. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. He impressed me in Bumblebee, and he hasn't really impressed me since. I'm concerned as to whether or not he'll impress me as Peacemaker, I'll be honest. Now, of course, this being a Fast and Furious movie, you'd go to this movie for one simple reason: to kick your feet up and have a good time and watch absurdity on a movie theater screen for 2 hours. I feel like that's the only reason these movies exist. Or rather, it's the only reason that these movies have been going past like 3. It's the big action scenes. You know, it gets crazy, out of this world, insane. The laws of physics are thrown out the window. So, are the action scenes in this movie fun? Kinda. I feel like the action scenes in this movie were directed by like 2 different people, because some of the action scenes were actually pretty cool. Like there's a car chase scene pretty early on in the movie. That was pretty fun to watch. It had a good amount of absurdity in it. Like the car action scenes were fun to watch, sure. But then there are these fight action scenes where like people are fighting each other with their fists, and I swear to God, they're so shaky cam. I haven't seen shaky cam like this in a while. Then again, I feel like I haven't seen a movie like this in a while. But watching these shaky cam fight scenes in IMAX, I was like, I don't know. I mean, the shaky cam wasn't that bad. I could still kind of tell what was going on, but it was still pretty jarring. I was like, all right, camera, hold still. Get a good shot of who's fighting. Don't just go close in and shaky. Nah, it feels messy. And really, full transparency here, I didn't feel the action got really fun and exciting until the end. I mean, sure, there's some car action scenes that were fun-ish, but they felt kind of nerfed down compared to what we've seen in the previous movies. Like, yeah, there's a car chase scene. Okay, fine. That's not as insane as these movies have gotten. But at the end, there's this big, like, garbage truck or whatever that is. You know, you saw it in the trailer where it flips up on its backside. That action scene, that's at the end of the movie. That was a really fun scene, actually. Because they're playing with electromagnets. You saw in the trailer where the car gets pulled through the building. I was like, that was awesome. People have complained that this movie goes too over the top, even for a Fast and Furious movie. Honestly, that didn't bother me about this one, because I was like, yeah, hello, it's a Fast and Furious movie. They always outdo themselves. I said that about Furious 7 because I didn't really know what I was in for. I feel like if I watch Furious 7 again now, knowing what it is, I would probably have a better time with it. The absurdity factor in this movie is not what bothered me about it. It's the fact that, for me anyway, it didn't really feel absurd and exciting and insane until that last action scene with the big garbage truck or whatever it is. Until that point, the action scenes in this movie leading up to it, they did feel not as exciting. And even the cars themselves, you know, Fast and Furious movies, they have like sexy ass cars in them. There's usually like a scene where it'll showcase like, wow, look at all these awesome looking cars. Or at least from the two that I've seen before, they had that scene. This movie, I was looking at the cars, I was like, no, not really feeling it this time. Except for one car that Vin Diesel drives at the end. It's a 1968 Dodge Charger RT. That's a sexy ass car. It's matte black. I've always loved matte black. It's one of those things where I can't really explain why I like the color. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I think it looks really cool. And that's all there is to it. So yeah, that matte black Dodge Charger, I want that now. It's sweet. So with these action scenes that don't feel as exciting or absurd as previous movies I've seen in this franchise until the end, between these action scenes, you have these dialogue scenes that for me were just boring. Again, I will take partial blame for that because I'm not as attached to these characters as fans of this franchise are. So fine. But like I said earlier, you would think this movie would give a newcomer a reason to care about these characters. And it doesn't really. It shows you where the characters are coming from, but still I was like, alright, well, they're not really great actors. They fall into their pretty much one-dimensional roles. Why should I really care? I'll be honest, there's a point in this movie where Vin Diesel is in like mortal danger. Well, it really seems that way anyway. Like it seems like he's gonna die and I really didn't care. I was like, alright, maybe Vin Diesel's gonna die. Oh well, boohoo. And when you don't care that the main character in a movie might die, that's not good. It's not good. As for the music in this movie, it's the same stuff as before. Brian Tyler did the score. All right, cool. I like Brian Tyler. He's a good composer. And I'll even say the score in this movie was fine. I was gonna say good, but I'm not gonna get it or anything. But I didn't hate the score. But of course, this being a Fast and Furious movie, it's more about the soundtrack, the licensed songs, you know. And it's hip-hop, rap, all that stuff that you would expect in a Fast and Furious movie. If you like that stuff, then you'll get the soundtrack and love it. I'm not going to. So in the end, F9 to me was just, it was unimpressive. I was surprised at how bored I got during this movie. The action was unimpressive until the end. It was pretty to look at, sure. The laws of physics are broken a lot, and that's always fun to watch. The fight scenes, the shaky cam, not my thing. I don't like it. The acting wasn't great. I don't know what to say, man. This movie just missed with me. For F9, the Fast Saga, I will say, wait until you can stream this movie online. And there's gonna be 2 more Fast and Furious movies after this. Yeah, they said that this franchise is going to conclude with its 11th installment. So, alright, we got those to look forward to, I guess. So, F9, the Fast Saga. Have you seen it? What do you think about it? And what is your dream car? What is the car you look at and you're like, I have to have that someday in my life. That is the sexiest, most beautiful car I've ever seen. For me, it's the new Chevy Camaro. I love Camaros. I'd love to have one someday. But whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.